Jim Rohn, the renowned motivational speaker, often spoke about the transformative moments that helped him reshape his life. He used to carry around a long list of reasons why he wasn't successful, and, in his mind, these reasons made perfect sense. He blamed the government and taxes, feeling that after all the deductions, there was barely anything left. He blamed rising prices, frustrated that a $20 bill barely filled half a grocery bag. The weather, traffic, his car, and even the manufacturer were also on his list of culprits. He thought his company's policies and training programs were inadequate, holding him back from making progress. Negative family members, selfish neighbors, and even the economy and his community made the cut as well. It was a list filled with reasons, seemingly flawless ones, for why success eluded him. Then one day, Rohn had a pivotal conversation with his mentor, Mr. Schaff. In a moment of blunt honesty, Mr. Schaff asked, "Jim, let me ask you, why haven't you done well up until now?" That simple question cut deep. To defend himself, Rohn ran through his list of reasons, and Mr. Schaff listened patiently. But at the end, he delivered a statement that shook Rohn to his core. "Jim, the biggest problem with your list is, your name's not on it." That single observation forced Rohn to reevaluate everything. He realized that in blaming external factors, he had completely overlooked the most crucial element in his success, himself. From that moment, he tore up the old list and started fresh, writing only one word on the page, me. It was a profound shift, much like the lesson captured in a famous hymn, "Not my mother, not my father, not my brother or sister, but it's me, O Lord, standing in need of prayer." Rohn came to understand that the root of his struggles wasn't in the circumstances around him, but in how he responded to them. It was a life-changing philosophy. It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. Everyone faces challenges and setbacks. Those are constants in life. The sun sets for everyone, regardless of status or wealth. But two people can face the same set of circumstances, and one becomes prosperous while the other remains poor. The difference isn't in what happens, but in how they handle it. The critical question is not what happened, but what you're going to do about it. Life is full of unexpected events. Things can and will go wrong. We've all heard Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Rohn himself faced devastating failures, moments where he felt as if he had fallen from great heights. Losing something, no matter how small, can feel monumental when you're already struggling. But the true measure of a person isn't in whether they experience loss, it's in how they recover from it. Failure and disappointment aren't selective, they happen to everyone. What sets people apart is their resilience, their ability to stand up after a fall and to keep going despite setbacks. In the end, hardship isn't a gift reserved for the unfortunate, it's something everyone must face. But how you respond is what makes the difference. The real difference in life lies in how we deal with the challenges that come our way. For those who are willing to learn and grow, failure becomes a stepping stone towards success. But for those who continue to blame their circumstances, life stays stuck in the same cycle of excuses. Jim Rohn, a master of motivation and personal development, once shared a profound lesson on the power of change and perspective. He admitted to once blaming the weather for his lack of progress, but eventually realized that rain falls on the rich and poor alike. Blaming the weather doesn't help anyone. Imagine two men waking up on the same stormy morning. One looks out the window, sees the rain and says, "With this weather, how can I possibly go out and make sales?" and decides to stay home. The other man sees the same storm but thinks, "It's raining. Most salespeople will stay in. This is the perfect opportunity to go out and sell with less competition." The difference between the two isn't the rain, it's how they choose to respond to it. This idea applies to all areas of life. As Jim Rohn often emphasized, it's not what happens to you that matters, but what you do about it. Action is the critical factor. If you don't start making changes tomorrow, nothing will change. Think about the last 5 years of your life. If you don't do anything differently from tomorrow onward, your next 5 years will look just like the last. Jim would challenge his audience to reflect on this. What will you do tomorrow to make a difference? It's a powerful question that each person must answer for themselves. Without change, the same patterns will repeat. However, at any moment, you have the choice to transform your life. No matter the economic conditions, personal disappointments, or even heartbreak, you can always do something to shift the trajectory. The question is never about what will happen to you. Life will throw its share of setbacks, but rather, how will you handle it? Jim encouraged everyone to tap into their incredible potential, the gifts within that life has bestowed upon them, but which may still be waiting to be fully realized. These untapped abilities are what can enable you to change anything you wish in your life. He affirmed that if life isn't going the way you want, you have the power to change it. If your current situation isn't serving you, change it. If something doesn't make you happy, change it. And if you feel that life isn't enough, know that you can make a shift at any time. Jim Rohn's challenge to his listeners was clear. Everything you want to change is within your control. You don't have to stay the same person forever. Change isn't out of reach, but it requires willpower and commitment. His message was one of deep inspiration, reminding us that everything in life is changeable, and the only thing standing in your way is your own choice. There's always something you can do to make a difference, and any day can be the day you choose to begin. Change doesn't require waiting for the perfect moment. Any moment can be the right one, as long as you decide to take that first step. The power to reshape your life is always in your hands, and the smallest action today can lead to the biggest transformations over time. What matters most is not the scale of your efforts, but your willingness to start and keep going. I hope you found meaningful insights and value in this video. If the content resonated with you, feel free to hit like, share it with others, and subscribe so you won't miss future videos. Your support and engagement mean everything. Thank you for watching all the way through.